Good afternoon. My name is Diana Guadalupe de la Luz Castillo, and on behalf of Vilma Zoraida del Carmen Rodríguez Melchor and Maria Guadalupe Talavera Curiel, I'm going to present Promoting Emotions in ELT, How to Use Neurodidactics in the Language class. The first thing we need to understand is that neurodidactics has to do with feelings and emotions. There's much more learning if we activate emotions. And the other thing we need to understand is how can affective factors condition learning. And we will see different activities that can promote the activation of learning by taking into account emotions. Neurodidactics is a neuroscience that is a combination with the neuroscience, didactics, and psychology. There are different principles and strategies to learn better. And neurodidactics is also working with the brain and how it works. So the main idea is to work and help the brain learn better. A neuroscience is a set of disciplines that study the nervous system. And the neurosciences understand the mechanisms in the brain. Specifically, neurodidactics works most of the times with the brain in order to have or to include all kinds of learners in at a school. Students are considered to have the main role. They are responsible for their learning. Students are considered to be active. Teachers are the ones who set the pace or the rhythm in the classroom. For neurodidactics, learning requires exploration, and it also means experimentation, and it also means movements. There are emotional states when students get into the classroom that should be considered. And one of the most important thing to consider is that empathy always should take place. Okay, neurodidactics is about considering holistic learning, the capacity to concentrate, the capacity to cooperate, and the capacity of a teacher to play games in order to learn. All these aspects promote the synapses among neurons. Neurons are the cells of a brain, and they connect when all these processes take place. Traditionally, a teacher is an instructor, he's lecturing, and a teacher is letting students do homework at home. Teachers are teachers, and students take notes, and teachers just go and evaluate. According to neurodidactics, a teacher is a trainer. He prepares workshops, but students can revise videos beforehand, readings beforehand, before the class, and real life cases at home. The school time is to do pair work, teamwork, games, and debates. The interaction begins in the classroom, but all the information is gonna take place at home. Teachers evaluate by revising and giving feedback, not only by giving exams. Neurodidactics is about playing, about smelling, about moving. And neurodidactics also considers motivation. Neurodidactics is into the mood of positive emotions. Students trying to solve everything but with positive feelings. And they also learn when there's novelty, surprise, curiosity, and creativity. Novelty and curiosity makes them feel powerful, like the Wonder Woman and the Iron Man. They feel the power of things when they have curiosity. Neurodidactics works with motivations and challenges. People learn better when there's interaction. People learn better when there are challenges, when the teacher provides clues, but students are challenged to guess and to solve problems. Neurodidactics is about imitating what others do, not to get frustrated. they see what their classmates do and they feel much better. Neurodidactics is about emotions, talking about uh, feelings and when you feel guilty, excited, proud. And that is part also of a class. If you ask students to show their feelings or write about their feelings, that's neurodidactics too. When we talk about neurodidactics, we talk about brain plasticity. The brain possesses adaptive capacities, and when we ask students to perform different activities, we are promoting the brain plasticity. We always talk about emotions because when the brain is emotionally excited, it learns better, it is more productive. And we can do that with novelty, surprise, curiosity, and creativity. Your classes are predictable and they are like a routine. There's no novelty, surprise, and curiosity. The brain is going to remain sleepy. How can we promote curiosity? With flashcards and information of from students' life, and that is something meaningful for them. With information that cause an emotion in the past, we can cause this sensation of learning if we work with the five senses. If we ask them to eat, to feel, to smell, to touch something that is new in the class. It is not only about reading and writing. If we ask them to move, to do activities in front of a class and act out, to play, physical activity is very important. One special thing that I want to recommend, or we want to recommend today, is a journal, a thinking journal, and also a diary, like what about the things they learn that specific day. That would be a daily journal, saying what they saw, heard, tasted, smelled, and felt. It is a very nice activity to do. Another thing to do is to talk about students' interests always, always. Neurodidactics is a very complex area and it is about 100 themes. We can we can work with diversity and inclusion, we can understand behaviors, we can work with the brain, and we can work with emotions, and we can work with many things. But this presentation is to show that it is very simple to use neurodidactics with successful um, very successful outcomes. Thank you very much, and it was a pleasure working here in SILA 2023. Thank you.